Hello readers, I am so excited to be able to share with you today the cover of the final book in the Paper and Heart Society series, Bookishly Ever After. Now I'm going to let you into a little bit of a secret, something I'm sure no author should really admit about their books. I think that Bookishly Ever After is my favourite book in the Paper and Heart Society series. I love it and I cannot wait to share it all with you very soon. It comes out in May. I love all of the covers in the Paper and Heart Society series. We have Tabby on the front cover of the first book, we have Olivia on the front cover of the second book, and the main character in the third book is Ed, who may also be my favourite character in the series. He's certainly my favourite character to write. He basically just writes himself and gets into lots of awkward misadventures, which I love. So as Ed is the main character of Bookishly Ever After, Ed is the main character on the front of the cover, and the cover looks like this. I love it so much and I'm so happy with how it turned out. I cannot wait to see all three books lined up next to each other. Now the book is about what happens when Ed begins working in an independent bookshop called Woolf and Wilde. So you can see him stood behind the counter ready to check out the books of all the customers that are coming in. There is cake too, which makes me very hungry, and we've also gone with the tagline "Find your people" again with this book, because that's really what the series is about, finding your forever friends, friends who get you. And something about this book as well is that there is also a romance at the centre of it. It is a romance I wanted to write for ages. As soon as I came up with the idea for the book, I knew that this was the kind of relationship I wanted to write in this book. I'll be talking about Bookishly Ever After more and more here on my YouTube channel and across all of my social media as we get closer to publication day, but I thought that it would be nice to share with you the first line of the book, which is probably one of my favourite openings of the series. I know that I keep saying it's my favourite, but I really do love this book so much. I'm so excited to have people reading it because it's existed in my head for so long. I came up with the idea in 2017 when I hadn't even got a book deal for the series yet, but I knew I wanted to write a book from Ed's perspective, so it was just so incredible to finally write that story, and now people are going to be reading it, which is so cool. So the first line of Bookishly Ever After goes like this. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate the life of our treasured friend Edward Eastfield, Olivia Santos said, reading from the piece of paper in her hand. She wiped a solitary tear from her eye. Ed tragically passed away in a horrific murder incident not long ago, the circumstances of which remain a mystery to this very day. He will be sadly missed. I hope that's not too much of a teaser. I feel like it's kind of evil of me to share that specific book, but I promise it's not entirely bad. But we may see Ed as a ghost in the first chapter. No spoilers. What else can I tell you about Bookishly Ever After? Well, you know already that it is Ed's book, you know that it's set in a bookshop. There are also lots of guinea pigs in this book, inspired by my very own guinea pigs. The guinea pigs in the book that a new character called Hannah owns are all named after my own guinea pigs. So I have a guinea pig called Elsa, and Elsa is in the book. I had a guinea pig called Hermione, and she also makes an appearance. There are lots and lots of guinea pigs, possibly a world record for the number of guinea pigs in a teen book, which was totally the vibe that I was going for. There are lots more meetings of the Paper and Heart Society, so you'll get to see all your favourite characters. There is a particular scene at the end of the book that I really like where you get to read from the perspective of all of the characters in the series, and that was the most emotional part for me to write. So you'll get to see inside the heads of Cassie and Henry too, who don't have an entire book dedicated to them, because I know I've heard from some of you that you really wanted a book from Henry's perspective, for example, or Cassie. So this was my way of giving you that. And one of the best parts for me was writing a new character called Hannah, who works in Woolf and Wilde with Ed, and she is autistic, and it was really important for me to write an autistic character who was just the best to write about, who I really enjoyed writing, who is very much based on me and what I'm like, and so I loved that part of it best, and I can't wait for you to meet her and the other new characters, as well as meeting up with the characters we have been reading about for the past 2 books. So Bookishly Ever After is being published in May. You can buy it in the UK, in Australia and New Zealand, and it's also going to be translated into Italian at some point in the future. One of the most amazing things you can do if you think that you are going to read Bookishly Ever After is to pre-order a copy of the book, which means that you'll be sent it on publication day. You'll get it as soon as it comes out, and if you do, make sure that you save your proof of order, so an email you get or a receipt, because at some point before publication day you'll be able to redeem that and get a free set of pre-order goodies that are exclusive to everybody who pre-orders. So I cannot wait to share more about that with you soon. I am definitely on the countdown now to the publication of Bookishly Ever After. It's only going to get better from here. I've got so much to share with you, including chapters, readings, more behind the scenes stuff of me writing the book and talking about it. So I'm so excited. I cannot wait for everybody to read this. I love this book so much, and I really hope that you will too. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you love the cover just as much as I do. And in the words of the Paper and Heart Society, don't forget to live your best bookish life. Happy reading!